Hello YouTubers, how are you today? This is your driver Scott. So today I want to tell you a story about this guy, okay? He's a great guy. The pickup didn't go, I don't want to say it didn't go great, it was just kind of odd, but before I tell you the story about this guy, once he was in the car everything was fine, but I want to tell you about a couple of things that have happened, and this is people who kind of try to hail you on the street, or I should say wait out on a busy street for you to pick them up. It's very bizarre. I'm guessing these people are used to taxis, right? Where you're waiting on the corner, you see the car coming, and you just kind of wave the taxi, and the taxi stops, and you hop in the cab, which is fine. The thing is that when you're a Lyft and a passenger driver, a Lyft and an Uber driver, you're not in like a yellow cab with markings on you. You know what I'm saying? Even if the company is not a yellow cab company, it still has markings on it that says cab. Usually there's, a strip club or a steakhouse display on top of the car, and then there's writing on the side, big giant on the side and in the back that says cab, taxi, whatever. There's notifications to let people know that it's a cab. So when you see like a cab slowing down, you can kind of, as you're driving, you see a cab slowing down, you kind of see a person standing there. It's clear what's happening, and you could just kind of go around the person or wait to go around, safely go around the person. That much is obvious. But when you're driving along the street and all of a sudden you see a car stopping in front of you, you're like, what the hell is this idiot doing? And that's what happens when you're a rideshare guy, driver, and you're trying to pick somebody up. A lot of times they'll try to get you in the middle of the street. The first time it happened, it was late at night. The guy was from New York, so I can kind of see where he was going with that. But he's standing on the corner of a busy intersection and he's doing this to me, and I indicated that I was gonna keep going and go around. So I slowed down. I drove past him. I pulled into the parking lot that was next to him, and I drove as close to him as I could. And then he had to walk a little bit of the way to get in the car. And he seemed a little peeved, but I wasn't going to stop in the busy of a middle intersection to pick him up. And then there was another time where I'm pulling up, and this lady standing there, and she just got out of Publix. It was obvious. She had all these Publix bags in her hands. But this Publix, it has like a valet area. And there's also kind of a waiting area for you to load and unload groceries. Well, is she standing there? No. She went around the corner, and she's waiting in the middle of the street. And I'm like, what are you, out of your mind? I'm not going to stop there and pick you up. Why didn't you just wait over there where the loading dock was, where people load and unload? I don't get it. There's another time where I was driving, and I get to the light, and I can see where I have to go. I have to do a U-turn, and there's like a building that's set back from the corner of this busy intersection, and underneath, if you drive through, you kind of like, there's like an overpass, and you could drive through, and there's like a couple little coffee shops and bakery type shops where you could sit outside and eat. It's actually a pretty nice place to go. So anyway, I pull up to the light where I'm going to do the U-turn, and as I'm pulling up to the light, I kind of glanced over, and I could see there were two ladies sitting there eating coffee or croissants or whatever. But those are the only people that I saw. I assumed that was them, and that's the address I had to go to. So I wait for the light to change, and it changes, and I do the U-turn, and as I do the U-turn, I start driving, and I see the ladies come out like from nowhere, behind me, and they're like waiting on the corner, and I'm like, this is a busy intersection. Why would you leave a safe spot where I'm supposed to pick you up in order for you to go to a busy intersection where it's dangerous for me to pick you up? I thought it was totally ridiculous. Anyway, I pulled in, and I saw that the ladies weren't there. There was nobody there. So I kind of drove around and came down the busy street and got into the turn lane, and I saw that there was nobody behind me to turn. So I just kind of waited, and I let them get in. But, I mean, why would you go from a place that is relatively safe to pick up to go. I mean, their expression was, "Oh, I wanted to make this as quick as possible," but really, you're causing a danger there. People don't know that. I mean, they may not notice. I have the decals in the window like I'm supposed to, but they may not notice that. They just may see some idiot parking in front of them, or they may not notice an idiot parking in front of them. Do you get what I'm saying? So just kind of go to a spot that's not crazy out of the way. Let me get back to this guy, which I thought he was pretty funny, even though he was acting kind of stupid for the pickup. So I get the call, and it was a weird setup. A lot of South Florida is weird. I'm at the light, right? And I could see ahead of me. The guy's maybe 100 yards. And I see him standing there looking at his phone, right? And the light was here, and then you kind of have to drive a little bit, and there's another corner. There's a corner to turn. So the light is actually in the middle of the street, but it's a short block. It's not a long block. It's hard to explain. But he's standing on the other side of that street, and I see him. He's looking at the phone, and then he looks up, and he looks down at the phone again, and then he calls. And he goes, "Hello?" I go, "Yes." He goes, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm right here. I'm at the light." He's like, "Oh, I saw you weren't moving." And I go, "Yeah, because the light's red." It's like, do we have any brains? How confusing was that? You're looking at the phone, the guy's not moving, he's at a light, you look up, there's a car, there's a lot of cars, but you see the light's not moving, the light's red for these people, so why would you call? It doesn't make any sense. Where are you? So anyway, I drove by, and he happened to be at a spot where I could pull up on the sidewalk to get him. But where he was standing was like where he expected me to pick him up was like right in the middle of the street. I was like, but no, I pulled up. It's like a driveway to get into a restaurant. Fort Lauderdale Pizza, by the way. Excellent place to eat pizza. Oh boy, love that place. Anyway, he pulled up, and he gets in, and I took him on his way. But I thought that was a funny story about this guy who's sitting there looking at the phone. He looks up and sees the guy sitting at a light, and he calls and goes, "Where are you?" I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, please like, subscribe, share if you like this. Comment below. I'd love to hear crazy kind of stories like that if you want to tell me any. And there's also some links down below, too, about actually making some extra part-time money for Lyft or for Uber. You could drive your own hours. You don't have a boss. You have these funny little stories that come up every day, pretty much, with people doing stuff like that you get to laugh about. And, you just make some extra money. You could pay off a credit card bill, pay off the car that you're driving. You want to save up for vacation. Not hard work. Easy to do. Just take a look at the links down below. If you already have Uber, I suggest you download Lyft. If they're in your area, they should be. But download Lyft, and then you can do a price comparison between the two. Pick the cheaper one and go with that. Okay? Most of the times, by the way, it's going to be Lyft. You're going to have better drivers. And I want to talk about a video about Lyft and Uber later on. I've done it before, but I'll do it again. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. Bye. This is your driver, Scott.